thank you everyone for being here this morning. And my name is Sarah. And as Joy has mentioned, I was his physiotherapist when he was a young child. And thankfully for me, I have one career, and my career is a pediatric physiotherapist, and I've spent 25 happy years doing that. So before I go on and share my diary with everybody, I'm just curious who is here this morning with us. I think there's about 60 of us all logged in at the moment. And if you could grab your mobile phone and use the QR code scanner and scan this QR code here, and let us know if you're here as parents, so you don't have your kids with you, or you're just the kids alone. And I see on the screen that there are a few kids who are by themselves sitting in front of the screen, or you're both together, you have your parents with you, and you're also hanging out with your parents, or your kid is hanging out with you, or you're hanging out with your kid at this morning session. Okay, let's see. Wow, we have about equal split now, 50-50. Okay, it's changing. Let's give it a few more minutes. So we have about 10% are all kids in front of the screen. It's really nice that you're interested, and I hope that you find this morning enjoyable. Okay, cool. So there you are. Mostly the families are together, parents only about 40%, and then kids only 10%. So kids only is a minority, but that's good, that's good. Thank you all. Okay, let's move on. And the first thing I want to mention is that I must add a disclaimer that sharing my diary with you does not mean that you should cancel your physiotherapy appointment or tell your doctor that I don't want to go to the physiotherapist because I went to this morning session. Okay, what you will gain is at the end of this morning, you will gain some new perspectives about physiotherapy and how it affects GIA and affects you, some practical tips, strategies, and tricks. So, who gets arthritis? Now we know that adults and elderly, people who are the ages of our parents, our grandparents, and from some of us, like ourselves, okay, may have arthritis already. And because this morning is all about GIA, we also know that kids can get arthritis. But did you know that animals can also get arthritis? So land animals, or zoo animals, or mammals, or animals that lay eggs. So the 10% kids who are here by yourself and the families, you might want to use this little idea or little newfound knowledge as a project that you can work together as a family to find out which animals actually get arthritis. So from Jiaying's game just now, I can see that a lot of us are experts here at GIA. They know what is CRP. They know that they should drink Milo to get the pain reduced. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, this GIA is actually an auto-inflammatory disease, and auto just means that auto means self, and just means that your body itself releases all these chemicals that actually attacks healthy cells and tissues. And in GIA, these targets tends to be the joints, enthesitis-related, muscles. It can also be internal organs. So the three that I've highlighted here in red are the subtypes that physiotherapy is particularly effective for. So if you have about 4 joints or less than 4 joints that's affected by GIA, the subtype you have is called the polyarticular GIA, and more than 6 joints, that's polyarticular. And in polyarticular, the larger joints tends to be affected, while in polyarticular, the smaller joints tends to be affected. Enthesitis-related subtype just means that besides the joints, the soft tissues such as the ligaments, the tendon, and the joint capsule attachments to the bone are also affected. As a result, the area of pain can be bigger, and the area of swelling is also bigger. And the last one is dermatomyositis, which is a very rare subtype of GIA, which gives you a skin rash and gives you muscle weakness. Now, this subtype is the one that I won't be spending any time on this morning. If you are a child, or if you have a child who has this condition, could you please reach out to the team at National Arthritis Foundation and I'm happy to share a separate diary with you about this. So in dermal myositis, the physiotherapy also has a huge role to play.